let's go finish our mug rugs. But first, always remember to share this so it was saved to your profile and you can find it when you're looking for it again later. We're working on our Cozy Cups mini quilt and mug rugs. We've done our mug rug fronts. They're from this pattern that Missouri Star is giving you a free download. The link to the free download and the link to the Sugarberry collection of fabrics that I'm using are in the comments. So what we're gonna do today is take our mug rug fronts that we made. We have a 9-patch mug and a stripe mug. Y'all, these are so cute. I mean, I know I made them, but they're still super cute. I'm gonna show you 2 different ways to finish them. Way number 1, we're gonna put our backing fabric. This is a 10-inch square from the same collection, pretty side down. Then you're gonna put your piece of batting. This is just some cotton batting. And then you're gonna put your mug rug pretty side up, just like this. You can quilt it any way you want. Go around each block. You can draw an X. You can do a design. You can do whatever you like. You're gonna quilt it just like this, and then we're gonna bind it. We've quilted it. Now I'm gonna trim mine off. I'm just trimming close to the mug rug. Now you're gonna get a piece of fabric that's 2 inches long. This is just the width of the fabric, and I folded it and folded again so it's in 4s and laid it on here. It's long enough, but you can measure and cut your piece if you're trying to get it the exact length that you need. I'm going to open this up all the way. I'm gonna fold it in half so the pretty side's on the outside, and I'm gonna iron all the way down. Now I'm gonna bind this the same way I do my quilts. I'm going to put all the raw edges together, and I'm gonna start down here. I'm gonna leave a tail, and I'm gonna sew a straight stitch. Now, when I get to the corner, I'm gonna stop about right here. I'm gonna fold my binding out to the right and back to the left. And then I'm gonna continue sewing down to the corner. I'm gonna turn and do that all the way around. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, follow the edge of your fabric with the edge of your presser foot. And yes, back stitch when you start and when you stop, because my grandma said so. I'm almost back to where I started. So I'm gonna take the excess and I'm gonna cut it off until I have my pieces that are, the piece that I'm sewing on doesn't quite come down to where we started sewing, and I'm gonna take the tail that we left, fold it in, and I'm gonna tuck this piece inside, and I'm gonna sew down to where I started. Now, this is what it looks like. I'm gonna take this, and I'm just gonna push the corners out, turn it over, and I'm going to sew it on the other side, just like this. I'm gonna sew close to the edge this time, like a top stitch, but only sew as close as you're comfortable. Look what we have. So stinking cute. This is the front and this is the back. Y'all, this is adorable. All right, so now we're gonna move on to mug rug number 2. I told you I was gonna show you a couple of different ways to do it. This one, we still have our back piece, but we're gonna set it to the side. And the first thing we're gonna do is quilt this however we want to. I want you to quilt on the line, stitch in the ditch, sew next to it, sew a design, an X, however you wanna do it. And then I'm gonna show you how to put it together. We've quilted it, we've trimmed it, now we're gonna take our backing piece and we're gonna lay it pretty side up. That was the pretty side. Now we're gonna take our backing piece and cut it roughly the same size as your mug rug. Doesn't have to be exact because it's gonna be on the inside. I'm just using a 10-inch square from this same collection, but you can use any fabric you have or some scraps. I am not a corner clipper, and y'all yell at me all the time because I don't clip my corners, but every time I clip my corners, I cut my seams. But because there's batting in here and it's heavy and thick, I do recommend you clip your corners. So I'm gonna sew all the way around, except I'm gonna leave a hole to turn it right side out. I'm gonna clip my corners and then I'm gonna turn it. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitching when you start and when you stop, like always. Okay, we've sewn it, now we're gonna turn it. So you're gonna get exactly the same thing that you just had, only without the binding. If you're a beginner, this method is gonna be way easy for you to do and what I highly recommend. After we've got it turned, push out your corners, chopstick, handy dandy tool, no scissors. If you use your scissors, you'll be crying because you have a hole in your project. I'll be crying because you didn't listen to me, and then everybody's crying. After you've pushed out your corners and you have it turned right side out, then top stitch around the front of it and you're done. So a top stitch is just a straight stitch sewn a little closer to the edge, but only sew as close as you're comfortable. And that's it. You just finished your 2 mug rugs. And your snowflake one too, if you made that one. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.